Carl, here's the scenario. You go to a dinosaur island, okay? You escape. You're back again. You escape. You're back for a third time. Are you enthralled? Are you intrigued?
Alan.
My name is Oscar.
My name's Carl.
This is
Who would watch this?
I think we nailed that.
Yeah, I know, right? I think the audiences are really going to love that.
Yeah. Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film, chat about the film, and try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we're talking about Jurassic Park 3, which currently has a 5.9 on IMDb, a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 2.7 on Letterboxd. Oscar, what's the plot?
I've never heard this for a decidedly odd couple with an What? With an ulterior motive convinced Dr. Grant to go to the Isla Sorna for a holiday, but their unexpected landing startles the island's new inhabitants.
Well, so that's a lie.
It's a lie.
Because they're not there for a holiday.
here for
They're
a holiday.
looking for, what's his name? Alex? I think it's Alex.
It's not Billy. Eric.
Eric. They're there for Eric.
Aren't they there to just... Oh, no, I think they're there just to look at the dinosaurs, aren't they? Is that the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, are they trying to keep that from the audience?
I guess so. I mean, if people go onto IMDb, read the blurb, go, well, don't want to spoil that.
Imagine being like, they're here for Eric. What a twist! He's not rich at all. Oh, Oscar, shall we go back in time to before we had seen the film and we try to figure out who should watch this?
Yes. Carl, we just recorded Jurassic Park 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what an episode.
What?
Shall we plug it? If you have whoa, what a doozy. Comedy at its finest.
We're doing Jurassic Park 3 next
Where's
week.
the subtitle? It isn't what awful thing to be like, do you want to watch Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, or Jurassic Park 3? Or Jurassic World, or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, or Jurassic World Dominion. You're like, what the fuck is happening
I
with
don't
the
know.
categorizing of
The
these
book
films?
must have been called that or something. Just the author was like, you know what? Fuck your DVD collection. Yeah, I know you have one in 1997. Fuck you. We're doing Jurassic Park 3. This is the shorter one.
How many minutes?
I think it's an hour 30. That's including credits, baby. That's all we're here for.
Thank God.
I remember it being sillier and a bit more more to chat about.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it being bad. This is what I don't like. Yeah. I think it's famous for, of course, a certain Allan bit.
Yeah.
And then this is one that I think is like completely off the zeitgeist, right?
Yeah.
So
those new ones have come out and it's like, well, fuck, it's the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
Unless of course that second Chris Pratt one. I feel like that's still more liked than this one.
I mean, potentially. Again, the main thing this movie has on anything, I'm pretty sure it's its length. Like, I think that's
Put that on the DVD cover. It's very short. You can smack it out in a lunch break. If you...
It's short! Exclamation mark dash Roger Ebert.
4 thumbs.
More thumbs than you could put up in 90 minutes. That's how short it is.
I know it's his unique selling point is the 4, so you can't be in the middle ground. But just make it 5, Ebert.
I know, right? It's weird that for such a long time I thought movies were proud to only have 4 stars in their poster. And you're just like, why? When you've got a 5 right at the top. It's like, are we supposed to know what the publication is?
Yeah.
I guess it's a bit of a cheat then, because you can put up 4s from ones that do rank out of 5.
No, most do 4s. I mean, I think a 3 is pretty solid, honestly. Even a 2 is below average, but that's still okay.
I really loved that one. Do you remember Darren Aronofsky's mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that poster they released that was just one side full of 5 stars and one side full of 1 stars.
That's
and it was basically just one of the most polarizing films of the decade. Decide for yourself. And I was like, that's a good way to sell a divisive film.
They couldn't do that for Noah. Just a bunch of 2s.
just that everyone's indifferent.
The most indifferent film of the generation.
You'll never be more about a film in your lifetime. Also, really quickly, just as we're on the... What a boring topic for me to bring up. While we're on the topic of star ratings on posters, do you remember that one with
Is it double?
The one that just doubles a 2-star, pretending
They
it's
hide it behind Tom Hardy.
So smart.
So clever.
So smart. I think more movies should hide bad reviews behind Tom Hardy.
No,
I think that'd be
100%.
fun.
Venom. I mean, there's a bunch of 5s, and what are you gonna do with that?
He should just be covering up the middle of just all those 1 stars. Just like, oh.
Venom's eating the ones.
When was the last time you watched this? You've seen it once?
I've seen it once, a very long time ago. I don't think I had the brain to be like, what's this? I remember bits of it. I don't remember I like it. I don't remember if I dislike it. I remember dinosaurs are in it. Is that correct?
Sorry, I think you're wrong.
Okay, well.
It's a huge Teoh drama vehicle.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Yeah.
Well, was it gripping?
Oh! No.
Carl, who do you think would watch Jurassic Park 3?
I mean, look, if you're liking the first 2, obviously you're going to go for the third. If I'm going to go for a generic answer here, I think the first one's the one with a giant audience. I think the second one sort of soured a bit of that audience, but I think there's a bit of gas in the tank, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just dinosaurs on screen are fun.
Yeah.
However, I think the thing that the second one, and likely from what I remember this one, are missing is just like an advancement in like effects.
Yeah. The first one still looks the best.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
They were like, the fucking CGI is great. We can just use that now. And they were like, oh no, we've learned our lesson.
Is this movie cost over $100 million?
93. You get $1 million a minute.
Oh wow! It's like they timed. It's like It's like the studio said that to them.
You get $1 million a minute. All right, fuck. Let's make it
200-minute movie. It is.
Made 368 million. Oh, so it was
like it's still like, I mean, I think the brand's still there. It's funny as well because I think time made the heart grow fonder, because it's wild that Jurassic World came out and it was like, boom, $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
It's also weird too because in terms of the world, in terms of where sequels and reboots are, it's weird the Jurassic World franchise. Sorry, it's weird that the first Jurassic World isn't a movie that's like the main characters are coming back. Like, it's a movie that literally was successful just on the premise of rebooting it itself.
Baby, that island's the character. And it's got some liposuction and it's ready to go. No, you're right.
Island A or Island B?
Carl, we're back to Jurassic Park 3. Guess what? I'm not going to stop talking because guess what? This film does not stop talking. It keeps moving at every single pace. The second you think there's a breathing room, there's no fucking breathing room.
Honestly, pay attention. An actor has never sat down in this film. They're constantly running. This is one of the most energetic films I've ever seen.
It's 90 minutes. There's 28 set pieces a minute.
And yet it finds such a good way to still be completely disinteresting in almost every regard.
It's like jangling keys on like fireworks. And you're just like, man, that was pretty lame.
It's like, I'd be like, Jurassic Park 3, non-stop nothing. That's what it feels like, where you're like, wow, things are happening, but not at all.
It's the void, but it doesn't end.
It's just the illusion of that time is moving.
Yeah.
This movie should be studied. I'm convinced I aged, but also feel younger. I feel more spry.
Oh yeah, spry is definitely how I feel. I'm glad we're both on that wavelength.
We both spry right now?
Bro, I think I'm fucking sprying.
What the fuck's up with how spry we feel?
Call the hospital. I'm sprying out of my orifices.
Oh no, spry shouldn't be like that.
Oh, it's green.
No, my spry's red.
Mix them together, get a little...
No, work out the colours.
A kind of bad purple.
What did we say? We should know that red and green is... What's blue? Red and yellow? No,
blue's a primary colour. It's impossible to make.
Sorry. The yellow and blue makes green.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like... And red and blue make purple. And I feel like...
You said red and green.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Red and blue make purple. So green's kind of a combination of yellow. So it's kind of a lighter purple. A magenta, if you will.
What an awful thing for me to Google. I've just written red, green, make in Google. When you combine red and green, what you will get is a shade of brown.
Yep, that'll do it. Like this film, brown. Should we get into Jurassic Park 3?
Oh, I believe we should. Oscar, we open... Isn't it crazy how compelling an opening of a movie should be?
What a hook.
What a hook. If you had told me characters we'd never met before were going to be gliding through the air on the back of a speedboat, Oh boy, I wouldn't believe you.
But
Would not believe you.
And yet, your eyes deceive you. We're on screen. We have our main character. Well, I mean, we have Eric strapped to an older man, and they're parasailing
Yeah.
around the island.
It's upsetting when you find out he does not know this man that well.
Doesn't know that man that well.
No.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Man, it's crazy this movie costs so much money because the green screen behind these people with the piss little fan that's in front of them to make it seem like they're in the sky.
The wide shot,
Cheap.
it's funny because the wide shot, you're like, well, they're there. And they zoom in, they're like,
That's
not
not
there. That's not them.
That's that's one stuntman and an incredibly short stuntman.
Stuck together.
Stunting together.
So pretty much they're parasailing, they're having a ball.
Yeah, they're having a lot of fun. And then begins what is a very confusing thing for me.
Yep.
The boat heads into the mist.
Yes.
Everybody's missing when it comes out.
Yep.
It looks like it's going to crash onto some rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it matter that they unclip?
Two things. I thought the fog was going to be the primary villain of this story. I thought the dinosaurs are out, the fog's in. Two, you're completely right. If they crashed, they would have just sort of...
You could just pull yourself down the rope, down back to the ground.
Well, also, there's no momentum, so you just fall to the water.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
What's wrong with... They wanted to fall on the island? It just seemed like they had seconds to unclip. Because it's weird that they then show the boat land fine.
Yeah, pretty just rocks up on shore. Here's the thing, I feel like it's safer. I don't know if they know the island's got dinosaurs. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's not a secret. They're listening. I don't know if they know.
I don't know.
But yeah, they shouldn't unclip, but they unclip. They float towards the island.
Do we keep it a secret from our listeners that there's dinosaurs in this film?
We're whispering right now, but yes, we should.
How we would if we just don't.
The fog eats them. The fog's out to get them. I'm freaked out, and they float to the island. Thank God there's no fog there.
Oh, thank God. Do we just not acknowledge them? The entire...
The dinosaurs?
Yeah, let's just not acknowledge them. Fuck it. Fuck it. Alan's had a traumatic experience from childhood.
Let's get into that. Let's unpack that. No, thank God. The island stuff's done. We're back with Sam Neill.
Yeah.
He's divorced from Laura Dern. A great start to any movie.
I don't think they were ever married.
Were they not married?
No, they're just they sort of have a bit of charm going to them. I think for the first one.
They're definitely fucking because this is a weird thing.
They should be.
They're inviting their paleontologist to come around and just like, hey,
it's one of those. It's one of those like weird things where you're like, oh, I love them in that first one. Why can't they just be together?
Yeah.
I guess like Laura, because then Laura Dern. Why isn't Laura Dern in this film? Did she not want to be in it?
I don't. Again,
I love Laura Dern. Laura Dern should be in more things than she should be on this fucking island instead of Teoh.
Get Teoh over there. I don't know. I think we discussed in the other one that like what's it called? They didn't get asked back for the second one. I think a lot of people just didn't get asked much. I think right at the end, like Laura Dern, can you film like a couple of shots for a David Lynch film? And it's like it's Jurassic Park.
Look, anyway, so. They're having a little chat. He's like, hey, do you remember the screams from the island? And she's like, oh boy, do I. And he's like, guess what? I'm pretty sure the fog could talk to one another.
We're going to keep up with this bit?
Yeah, sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Laura Dern is like, please don't bring up the fog again. It was very upsetting. My child's here. Sam's like, come here, boy. That's the sound the fog makes when it eats your eyeballs out. He is then asked
He loves
to leave.
freaking out kids.
He does. Gives him a shake.
I don't
You
know
know
if
I've dug up bones.
I don't know if you remember, but in the first movie, he's introduced as being the a kid's like that fog isn't scary, and he's like, oh yeah, what if when their claws are this giant and it rips your guts then your neck?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh okay, I'll never step foot near fog again. And he's like, that's fucking right, you shouldn't. So Alan's also a really crappy lecturer.
Oh, he's got the worst seminar.
Yeah.
Again, I know the film addresses this, but like pretty much my first note was just like, why isn't he talking about the island? And the film goes, he should be, because everyone's there to talk about the island.
Yeah.
A much more interesting story.
He's like, if you've
Neil Armstrong isn't talking about his bicycle, you know? He isn't talking about his like, palindrome escapades. He's talking about the moon. He should be talking about the
Neil Armstrong's not talking about his bicycle, he's talking about the moon.
Of course he is. Who wants to hear... I do feel bad for Neil Armstrong. It's probably the only thing people talk to him about.
What?
Just the moon.
Oh, okay. Are you doing a Lance Neil bit?
Wait, which one went to the moon?
The Neil went to the moon. Lance is a cyclist.
Oh, I completely forgot about the bicycle thing.
Oh, I thought you were doing a bicycle.
I'm
Why did you
not
say
doing
the
a bicycle.
bicycle thing then?
I panicked. I tried to think of something mundane, and a bike just popped into my head.
Because a piece of me was like, do you realize they're different people? Like, it wasn't a guy went to the moon and
You
then...
were ready to attack. You fucking idiots! They're two different people. One's a bike, one's a moon.
Remember when I didn't know primary colors earlier off a whim? Well, guess what? We're coming for you. Anyway, he's like, put your hand down if you want to talk about the fog from the island, and put your hand down if you want to talk about the fog incident in Chicago.
Yeah.
They're all like...
I do like most people lifted their hands for the actual first Fog Island.
Yeah.
And then like 3 people were there for the... What about that second one? That kind of affected me. Like the film was like, okay, no one watched the second. You like the first.
He might as well have been like, anyway, nobody asked me about the second film. Okay.
No one was? Okay. All right.
Good.
Good.
Anyway, so he does his little crappy lecture and it ends on the note, I would never, ever go back to that island. Buddy, guess where you're going to be in 5 minutes.
We get introduced to what he does in his day. He goes to excavation sites and he digs up bones with Billy.
The fucking hunk of the movie. It's Billy! Billy's excited. He's got a 3D printer.
Yeah.
What
What do we think this would... Because we know what 3D printers are now. How do you think the film's like, get this, it's a gizmo that reprints layer by layer. Like,
I believe he calls it a shimmerimmerimo or something.
Yeah.
He calls it something that is not English,
No.
and we're like, a 3D printer.
yeah.
What you got there is a classic DXY 3D printer.
Yeah.
So,
You're a big fan, aren't you?
the 3D printers?
Yeah.
Of course. Print out things. Not in page form.
Anyway, he's at the dig site. We get established that Billy has 3D printed a velociraptor's neck. It
Yeah.
can make the screeching sound.
Yeah.
He puts it in his pocket, don't worry about that. It might come back later.
I don't get how they can communicate with that. There's like parts where they're like, use it, but say like, oh, your mum's unwell. And they're like, oh, okay.
Here's the thing, Carl. If you get like a human skull, blow into it, speech. That's how it works. Bones don't need a larynx or a tongue.
Isn't that what that television show was about?
What television show?
Bones. You know, Bones, from the creators of Castle. Everybody loves Bones.
That's the thing about 24 episodes, 8 seasons. How do you make a skull talk? 40 minutes apiece, 3 Emmys.
It's literally the first episode. Zoe Deschanel's sister, I think, walks in and is like, I just saw Jurassic Park 3. Could the raptor thing be real for skulls? And then the dude that was in Angel goes, no.
Unless, and there goes the 8 seasons. Flies by. Check it out. It's on Netflix.
It's actually a really haunting ending where, as Bones, I assume the main character is also called Bones.
Hey, Bones, check out these bones.
Hey, Bones, get over here. Oh god, did we watch an episode of Bones?
I think so. We're gonna live watch an episode of Bones.
I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I used to fucking love Bones. 8:30 p.m. I think it was Channel 10 on a Tuesday. It would be this, then NCIS.
That's a double bill if I've ever heard one.
Huge double bill. That's exactly what you want in a double bill.
Anyway, as we're at the dig site, William H. Macy.
Wait. Are we still talking about Bones?
Yeah, this is the 3rd season of Bones.
Oh, the William
Anyway,
H. Mate.
It's a subplot. He's
Oh.
a serial killer, kills with
We're
bones.
talking about Shameless? Should we talk about Shameless?
Quickly, yeah, I think it's crazy because he's been typecast as a weak nerd for most of his career, and they were like, "What if you were a weak nerd but fucking drunk and sick at it?" And it's like that was sustained 7 seasons. Haven't seen the later ones. It kind of got a bit.
You talking about Bones?
Yeah, no, NCIS.
You talking about Gibbs? Gotta tell you, know what is an incredible triple feature?
What?
NCIS, Bones, Shameless.
I don't have anything to add.
Why didn't you watch free-to-air television so that you could get
I
these
had
gags?
Foxtel. I wasn't poor.
Oh, you rich fuck.
I was. Fox 8 had a lineup. It had cartoons for me. Simpsons.
Animation
Futurama.
domination.
It wasn't.
think we've talked about this on the podcast before. It's just rocked me, Animation Dom. Getting a bit of deja vu.
No, I don't think we have.
I think we have.
No way.
I guarantee you we have.
Hear me out. No fan has listened to every episode has written down what we've. No one.
true.
No one. No one listened to the tangent about Fox State animation domination. They'll it breeze past.
If you're a listener, you can either A, write into us at WWWT at what's our email?
Ask wwwtpodcast@gmail.com.
Tell us if you think we've done the bit before. If not, and you're a fan of Bones, let's discuss.
William H. Macy rocks up to the dig site. First time he's meeting him, is like, hey, let's go to dinner. Are you... why does he accept?
Sorry. Have you seen Sam Neill's life? He needs a free dinner. Have you... Look at it. His life's fucking pathetic. He's getting... Here's the thing. We have seen Sam Neill in 2 scenes.
Yeah.
In the lead up to him going back to Jurassic Park. He gets 2 free dinners.
Yeah.
It's a free dinner at Laura Dern's and it's a free dinner with William H. Macy.
Yeah,
he's not doing well.
Even at the presentation, those hors d'oeuvres going around, he's like, I'll take that for the week. A mini quiche will sustain a little Sam Neill for a while.
It's him cornering waitresses with trays of hors d'oeuvres, just going, you remember the screams?
I've got a little bone.
It's like, you don't? All right, we'll funnel the tray into this sack that I have.
I have a garbage bin, add it to the quiche pile.
It's like, how long are these good for? There's the egg in this? Do I refrigerate? How will they go if they freeze? Yeah, look, so I don't think if William H. Macy was to come up to me and go, he's like, my name's Kirby from Kirby Enterprises.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my card. He's doing a long con. He's bought a nice suit. He's bought good sunnies. He's got a fake business card.
Yeah.
The con falls apart the moment they go to the trashiest fucking diner
Oh my God.
I have ever seen. And he's like, order anything you want from the menu as long as it's the $1 wings.
Yeah, please. It's a Wednesday. I booked it a couple of days beforehand. So want to come to me dinner? Wednesday night. After 7 p.m. before 9:30 p.m.
He should have been onto these people.
Yeah, he should have
Like,
been. But,
so
but
quickly.
here's the thing. Money talks. I mean, they had him a blank check, but they're like... So
And we know what happened the last time somebody got a blank check.
Oh, yeah. Hijinks ensued.
Oh, that's right. They made out with somebody 5 times their age. So let's see where this goes.
Oh, I hope Billy and Sam start passion. Just fucking going at it.
You know what?
I'd pay a blank check for that.
You know what I would want? A 3D modeling of it happening. I want it here, and if I blow through the back of their skull, that goes, oh.
Billy's like, I 3D modeled that. You can hear it whenever you want, Sam.
I would love it
My
if
moans.
all through the movie he's brought a 3D printer, so that's how they get out of situations. Just like, don't worry, I'll 3D print a knife. I'll 3D print a phone. I'll 3D print some more raptor eggs.
So pretty much they go, hey, we don't want to go to the island. We just want to fly over.
Yeah.
Want to fly over. We'll give you a blank check. Just be our tour guide.
Yeah. It's Sam Neill going, fuck, I want a jacuzzi though.
It is a funny little, I don't know, little microcosm of, I think, how Sam Neill got to be in this film. He was like, no way am I ever going to be in a Jurassic Park 3. And they went, here's a blank check. He's like, where do you want me? The island? Sure.
He's like, we can afford anything. We've got a budget of $93 million. And he's like, but if I get paid that, what are you going to spend the rest of the money on?
Sam Neill in a blank room? Oh, sold.
Him just pretending to act against fog. That's why there's only fog in the film. They're like, believe it or not, there's dinosaurs behind each fog.
Don't squint, you won't see them. Pretty much he gets onto the plane. We've established that these dodgy men, who are very skilled at shooting stuff, are on the plane too. They're in sunglasses and suits. They couldn't look less suspicious.
I would immediately be like, I'm kind of getting the vibe you don't have money. From the food poisoning I got from that awful fucking bar to this motherfucker in sunglasses, I don't think you're going to be able to pay me out, William H. Macy. I do love the sunglasses guy being really strong and stoic.
Yeah.
And then immediately crying like a baby before his death.
Oh, it's brilliant. We'll get to the
Brilliant.
Honestly, it made the film.
Incredible filmmaking. Oh my god. When the fog just snatches him.
Oh! They get on the plane. They're going over the plane. They start to land. Knock out Sam Neill. Before that happens, we get a little fun scene.
We got a classic scene.
Yeah.
as Sam Neill is asleep,
Mm.
he turns over. There's fog on the plane.
There's fog on the plane.
It can talk.
Yeah. Its mouth like anamorphizes and goes, Alan!
It says Alan in the funniest way. Like, it's just whoever they got the voice. Like, I assume they probably just got Billy to do the voice, but it's just like Alan. So just robotic. Like, they had to call up the actor and be like, we can't get you in for soundproofing, but can you just say the words Alan into this microphone on the other end of my phone right now? And the guy was confused and was just like, wait, what? Alan? And they were like, cool, got it. And hung up on him.
Don't pay the bitch. So I get free voiceover work.
They're like, we shouldn't have given all the money to Sam Neill. So believe it or not, we are less than 18 minutes into the film before they're on the island.
That's crazy.
We've probably talked longer. Yeah, so we're like less than 18 minutes into the film before they're on the island.
The film's 80 minutes, so we've got like an hour. Holy shit, the amount of shit that goes on in this hour.
Oh.
They don't get a second of breathing room.
No.
Here's the thing, though. The characters developed well, so you don't need it.
I think a big issue with this movie is it's pretty much a survivalist slasher movie, but with fog.
Yeah.
It's not got sort of anything to do with that first one. Like, it's literally just like, what if 5 people were on an island getting picked off?
I was thinking this. I mean, I don't know if you've said this before, but this would make a great Until Dawn-esque game. That, like, because here's the thing, the story's shit.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you got this sort of, like, if it's a game, you just go, they're on the island, it's like, you don't really care how, and then that's a fun element of trying to keep them alive.
Yeah.
I just thought that was fun. In this film, it's pretty silly.
Yeah.
Because essentially all the mercenaries get eaten in fun ways.
It's
They're trying to take off with the plane. And the guy's like...
I actually quite like this bit.
It's a great scene, honestly. He's like...
Yeah. No, you tell
There
him.
you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't have to be quiet about it.
There you go. I'll fucking go.
You do it.
He's...
No, go on.
There you go.
I'm not going to do anything. There you go. This is the reason this episode's at 37 minutes and we haven't talked about anything. Is stupid fucking bits like this.
The mercenary...
Oh, wait, hang on.
What? You stupid...
Oh.
Anyway, the mercenary is getting attacked. They're about to take off with the plane, but he's like, please stop the plane.
He's fucking whimpering. It's hilarious. Please stop.
Bawling. He's like, I'm happy to die. Just, I'm
The
gonna...
guy driving's like, move.
Yeah,
I'll run you over.
He committed to running him over. It's just like, man, move or else. Anyway, done. Fog snatches him up, and the plane crashes back onto the island.
I do like that his blood sort of splatters across.
It does. Everything. It's even going through like their side
I think
windows.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, just as a little moment. It's so funny that... Because I think they land without Alan's approval. He walks out.
Yeah.
Teoh got a giant fucking microphone and is like, Eric! Eric! And she's like, don't do that. And then they've landed 4 seconds.
Yeah.
She's instigated a dinosaur already. Alan's been like, you're gonna get us all killed. They've crashed the plane 22 minutes into the film.
Not only that, she's got a megaphone. As the plane actually lands on the ground, she's like, I'm fucking out of here. Runs out. He has to go grab her, bring her back. The dinosaur now knows her. Here's the thing about these two characters. The film wants us to hate them. And we don't get like the comeuppance of like, they get attacked. Because we'll go into what they do next, like even more awful. But like, why are they so awful?
There's only one nice character in the film, and that is Alan.
Yeah.
And these two people have basically lured Alan to his death, and they've gotten a handful of people already killed.
4 mercenaries dead, yeah. Because 2 of them are on the one of them off the plane, and then the 3 mercenaries die when the dinosaurs attacking the plane.
Yeah, it's really weird that 2 people are dead in the first 23 minutes, and then there's only 1 person left to die.
Yeah,
and
there's a
killed
mercenary
10 minutes
without
left.
Ubexki.
Yeah, look, these aren't as good at animatronics as the first one, are they?
No, it's not that. And also, like, they're pretty much like a wide gets all the CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the CGI's...
The CGI is still not at the point that they can do it in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the first one's done so smart to do that big T-Rex covered up in night and with rain.
Yeah.
That's why it looks so good still.
Yeah.
These dinosaurs fighting in broad daylight is just... This fog fighting in
Yeah.
broad daylight is just...
Here's the thing,
It
about
doesn't
the
look good.
clouds, you can't see the definition of the clouds.
No, you can't. There's issues. I have issues with their very cartoonesque curls.
Here's the thing, it's like in fairness, it actually does look like a cartoon fighting because a big fog cloud, and there's little
Fists
coming out. It's like, oh, they must be doing a big brawl.
The plane. The plane gets attacked by the dinosaur by the fog.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta cut out the other ones and just keep it fog.
What do you mean?
Anytime we go to say dinosaur, but you'll just cut that so it's fog, so it's not like we're making mistakes.
No, I think keep the mistakes. I
Okay,
think
cool.
we're flawed.
Okay, anyway, so the fog's attacking them.
Yeah.
All of the people are stuck at the back of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
The plane crashes. These people should be mush.
Yeah.
It's a violent crash.
It
The
is.
whole 3
The nose
meters
of the plane,
goes
Yeah.
like where they're laying.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any of them left.
No.
Tia Leone's a smart cookie. She just runs, and Alan's like, "Don't do that." Pulls her back into the plane, and then he's like, "Now let's all run together."
Yeah. It's a teamwork. It's teamwork, and we love that. They get out. They assess the situation. They got Billy. They got Mr. Grant. They've got
William H. Macy,
William H. Macy,
Tia Leone,
and Ubetsky.
Yabetsky.
He's standing by the side. You're like, see you later, buddy. Pretty soon. But there's a really weird scene, and you tell me what this is. William H. Macy and his wife go behind a rock to get changed. They both take off a shirt, go, haha, you seen me like this before. That's nothing I've not seen. And he goes, you lost weight. I've been swimming. She goes, I can't even swim. What the fuck was that, Carl?
Oh, character development.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. Sweet. Let me just.
Did you not
I thought that
feel something?
I'll be honest. I did feel something when William H. Macy had a vest on. Never seen that sight before.
There's some weird comedy here.
Yeah.
There's a part where William H. Macy runs out of the plane and is like, whoop, 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 and has to run back in.
Mm.
And then there's another part where I'm going to bring it up right now.
Yeah.
These people outrun fog like a cinch. Easy. The fog's never there. Like, they can outrun the fog at any point in time.
Mm.
It's like the fog is, like, maimed and limp or something.
Here's the thing. It's Island B, Carl. It's kind of the slow dinosaurs. It was kind of the rejects from the first. It's kind of it symbolizes the whole franchise. This is the B. This is the B team. Okay? It's not the best dinosaurs.
What are we, some kind of suicide fog? They run into another they run into like a T-Rex fog.
Yeah. That's fine.
Sure.
The gag works.
It's fun when we just specify the species before we do the fog word. God, my brain's fried. These are not good sentences. Oh god, the dinosaur like raises its head. The fog raises its head, looks at them, and Alan's like, "Nobody move," and they all just run. And he's like, "What?" And has to run too.
Yeah.
What's the tone? They've made the threat seem silly.
Yeah. Constantly.
Like it's funny.
Constantly, to be honest, some of the dinosaurs get some great laughs. There's a lot of dinosaurs that just kind of hold there.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm going to wait till attack. And they've all seen me. I'm going to pause. All right, here I go.
So good. On the what's it called? The main fog has an incredible Type 5 about rain.
It does. You ever fucking get wet? I'm looking for a tree and I can't. I shouldn't do it like
You ever see how Island A walks like this, but people on Island B walk like this? Oh, that fog killed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we then now find out the truth. It turns out William H. Macy and Tia Leone are divorced.
Yeah.
They're not rich, and they're here looking for their son, who is at the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
They're like, how long has your son been missing on the island? They say, 8 weeks. Your son's dead. This is the dumbest thing to come back for. And they even are like, oh, the US, like, military told us that he'd be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be dead.
They were like, experts said it would be wrong to do this. It's like, I know it's a son, but come on, give it up. You're
my
divorced. If anything, it's a
God.
win.
Oh, absolutely. Now there's no reason for you to stay in touch with your ex-husband.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you're a child of divorce, it is your fault.
Oh my God.
We should stress that.
I think all children of divorce should get eaten on an island.
Anyway, they find his parachute, the child in question.
Yeah.
The man they didn't know, they kind of stressed this man. They like, who was he with? He was like, a man. They were like,
No, her boyfriend.
yeah.
And she's not phased by his death at all.
No, it was a 2-month stint.
Oh my God,
It wasn't
absolutely.
great.
She's like, look, I reckon she's fucking sick of Eric
Yeah.
and was like, get him out of the house, take him on one of your stupid flying trips near that dinosaur bee island, and just, I don't know, do what you will with him. And then as soon as something went a bit wrong, she was like, oh no.
Damn.
Gotta get back Eric.
There's this, they find like the video recorder that he was recording.
Yeah.
Incredibly intimate. It's very intimate. Essentially, like, one, they're flying and they crash, and then, like, as he's, like, jumping down, he zooms in on his face.
Yeah.
It's quite beautiful.
I'm so glad that even though they've crashed, this guy knows how to film.
Yeah.
He's like, no, Eric, we need a close-up now.
Bit to the left, your composition, it doesn't really, feel the emotion.
Your staging's way off. Why the fuck did we crash here if you weren't going to take it seriously?
All right, let's take it back.
I reckon it would have been fun if they found the camera and there's just lots of fun little bits Eric's done to just cope with the trauma.
He's been hanging up there. Oh, he's dead, by the way. The friend's dead and Eric's makes out.
The boyfriend's dead. His
Yep.
skeleton comes down. Teoh entangles herself in wire.
Gives a performance. Oh, here's the thing. At this point, you're like, I dislike these people. And
so
then you
much.
get this scene, you're like, you know what? They're having fun with it.
She runs away and I'm like, please die. Please die. He's like, William, you should go after her. And I'm like, oh, he should die too.
Go
Take
into
them
that
both.
den of fog.
Yeah.
This bit is landing.
Oh my God. You know what I think the best ending to this movie would be is she runs off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. She's stomped immediately by a dinosaur, right? The fog the fog reaches down, wipes out William H. Macy. Billy's like, oh, I haven't even touched the eggs yet. He goes to grab an egg. They're acidic. He starts to burn his face off, right? Alan finds Eric, and Eric's like, oh my God, thank God you're here. Boom, he's stomped too. Alan's stuck by himself. Turns out he had wings the entire time.
Here's the thing.
Flies
He's got
home.
a bit of fog in himself. Here's the thing. You can take the island out of the man, but you can't take the man out of the island.
No, you can't.
But you can't take the man out of it. He goes away. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Should we review John Carpenter's The Fog and only refer to it as a dinosaur the entire time?
But like years down the
oh,
line.
so many years down, and then be like, contact us at contact us at ask at WWWT to see if the bit landed.
Oh, wow, an empty inbox again. Who would have known?
Anyone want this one on Blu-ray? We'll send it out. Give you a 3-pack of Jurassic Park 2, 3, and Fallen Kingdom.
If you guys email us in, here's the thing. Email us in, we'll send you one of the 3. Ask www.podcast@gmail.com. We will send you the the DVD of those 3 movies.
It's actually a lucky dip. You've got a chance of any of the 5 that have been released, but you might not get a good one.
Yeah.
You might
I'm going
not
to say
get
right
one.
now, we've taken Jurassic Park, and we're probably going to take the first Jurassic.
I'll tell you right now, we're only buying copies of this one.
Okay, so they're like, again, it's a lot of just moving from like dinosaurs and buildings. They get to the building. There's a vending machine. William H. Macy shows that he's got comedic chops. He tries to put coins in the vending machine. The man Billy smashes it. I'm having a laugh riot because he tries to kick the vending machine. He can't get anything out.
Yeah, it's pretty good writing. It's pretty funny. I'm very entertained.
They find out this B island is where they've been making the dinosaurs and then shipping them over to the A island.
I mean, we knew this.
Yeah.
We fucking knew this. I don't know why they're going through it. They find this big, like, conservatory or whatever.
Yeah.
It was one of the lamest lines of dialogue I've ever heard muttered by a character. William H. Macy looks down and goes, I bet my bottom dollar Eric's in there.
He should. I'm in. How do you not kill off this
Oh my
character
god.
after
It's
writing that
basically
line?
Ned Flanders
Yeah.
is on the island. If I was Alan Grant, I would have turned around and been like, hey, turns out you don't even have a fucking dollar to give, you know?
That actually would have been a great line, actually. Yeah, poor. If he kind of forgives them like 10 minutes in, he should have been bitter. Should have been way
There
more
should
bitter.
literally be a part where William H. Macy is hanging for his death, as is Teoh. Alan Grant can only save one. He folds his arms.
He hands them two blank checks. He's like, that better not bounce.
I'd bet my bottom dollar both you die right now.
Oh, here's a single dollar.
Yeah, look, they go into this place, and another thing really, I can't get over how dumb Tia Leone's character is. I like Tia Leone as an actress, so I'm not holding. You know what? I'm not holding this movie against any of the actors. Any of the actors. I think everyone's.
Here's the thing: the writers. I mean, Alexander Payne. Oh, it hurts.
What are
me.
you doing, Alex?
Is it? Yeah, it is Alexander.
It is
Payne.
Alexander Payne.
I'm a big fan. I think they want this character to be very unlikable. I think to get killed.
I just think if you're going to, but if they're rescuing their son, you can't have them die. Right?
No.
Can you have a look at Alexander Payne's career? Because I'd like to know what shit creek he was in that he was like, I've got to take this studio writing job.
2001.
So what had he just done as a writer?
Election. Did Election not make that much money? Because then maybe he was making money for About Schmidt.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have done like a script doctor thing or something where they're just like,
it didn't make much money. Election, yeah, $25 million budget, gross $14 million. He needed money quick.
He needed some money.
I love Election.
The Descendants was a while away, and he doesn't have a hit for a while.
I don't know it gets About Schmidt though, doesn't he? I don't think About Schmidt made.
I mean,
much
when
money.
was Sideways? That's before Election, isn't it?
No, that's 2004.
Oh, okay. I mean, Sideways was a big hit.
Was it?
Yeah, it got nominated for things. I feel like Sideways is a famous film.
Did it make its money? Oh wow, it made 109 million.
Yeah.
Off of 16. Yeah, fairs.
Yeah.
And then About Schmidt made. It's got Jack Nicholson. It must make some money.
He was nominated for that film.
300 million, made 105 million. Man, I miss these movies making like 100 mil.
I know, right?
That's such a shame.
When was the last time?
A $30 million thing.
Yeah.
Licorice Pizza, maybe.
This is an entertaining episode for the listener. Just us reacting to IMDb pages.
Oh, I will be. Oh, you did. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Hang on.
Wait, did he write that?
He wrote that.
Oh no, Alex.
What
Are you sure
happened?
you're in the right person?
This is definitely him.
Oh my god, what a homophobic film for him to write.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
I don't know why he wrote that. I think he's just bored sometimes.
Somebody in a Q&A, why'd you write We Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry and Jurassic Park 3? I don't know. Boredom gets the best of us.
Yeah. I didn't have a good idea. They were like, want to come into the rise room? Like, sure.
Anyway, so they get into like this place.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tia Leone, as just not a very intelligent character, can't tell the difference between something that is in a glass jar or a dinosaur standing behind a glass jar.
Give her this. This dinosaur has great comedic timing. What animal knows to stand perfectly still when there's prey? If you have to train a dog for weeks to do that, this dinosaur has got some great chops on him.
No idea what you're talking about. There's fog in the scene.
Fog. Don't you say that I'm not dropped the ball at
Am
all.
I editing this episode?
Yeah.
Can I make myself look good in this one? No? Oh, bummer.
The fog.
The entire time.
Anyway, they get chased by a dinosaur. I can't. That's the film. A lot of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they
It
get
boils down.
chased. They
They
get
get
chased.
chased by a dinosaur.
They always outrun it.
Yeah. But this time,
Yeah. So basically, the raptors chase them. They then get divided.
yep.
So Alan gets taken away. He's saved by Eric. We find out. But we also the dumbness of Tia Leone's character is still around.
It's still on display.
She is the only person that falls for a trap made by a fucking dinosaur. She's like, oh, things are fine now. Immediately tumbles, and they're all like, oh, we'll eat her.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you falling for this? She's surely the only person on Earth that's ever fallen for a trap by a dinosaur.
I'll say this right now. When she comes back to the island, people must go, oh my god, anyone can survive that. God, everyone from the first and second film, his death is like completely like That's on them.
Oh my god,
It was
absolutely.
so easy to survive.
She, I think, wanted to die. I think she was like, oh, my boyfriend's dead, and now that I'm spending more time with William H. Macy, there's not a life for me back in America.
No.
And, you know, I don't think she liked Eric that much either.
No, here's the thing. He's a bit bratty.
So, not only a bit bratty, I'll tell you right now, Eric's an underachiever.
Yeah.
He's not going places. He's not doing anything.
No.
How nostalgic would it be if they brought back this actor for Jurassic World Dominion?
We've actually got the...
We got Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Who?
He hang glides into the film.
Kicks a dinosaur. Chris Pratt's like, thanks, Eric. He's like, I can't stop the parachute. Help me.
I'll find you back in America. Look, anyway, so Alan's saved by the kid.
Yeah.
The kid somehow survived 8 weeks. Dumb. They desperately needed to have been like, he's been lost on the island a week.
Yeah.
You know?
A week's plausible because he's like hiding out in like a caravan sort of thing. He's got like equipment. He has smoke grenades. There's a bit where like Alan's like, "Hey, what's that?" He's like, "That's T-Rex pee." Don't ask me how I got it. We're gonna ask.
What? How the fuck did he get that?
How did he get that?
How did he get that? That is the screenwriter's going, I don't know.
The scriptwriter was like, we don't want to say a child hung around a T-Rex's penis and waited for it to piss. Sorry, the fog's cloud of rain.
I'll tell you right now, the funniest cut should have been to him standing under piss raining on him and just like literally a second or two and a cut back and him going, don't ask.
Don't ask. God,
and Alan just being like, we should leave.
We should go. It's quite stuffy.
But it's also one of those things where I'm like, why would that kid ever be brave enough to, one, how did he work out dinosaur piss repelled them?
Also,
Two,
Chekhov's piss never comes back. You don't establish the piss in the second act.
At the end, he should have taken out the raptor caller and the jar of piss and then thrown away the raptor caller and used the piss.
Had a big skull, like, it gives you energy like a monster.
Wait a minute, this isn't piss, it's V! Looks right at the camera.
That's how we got the $93 million budget, baby.
Oh, that's right, Red Bull gives you wings and that's how they all fly away. Anyway, so they all reunited a giant fence.
Yep.
And then we haven't talked about it, but there is the most annoying ringtone through the film. I hate this ringtone. I'm sick of it. This is a Chekhov's ringtone.
This is also the loud... Imagine this just in your pocket. It must break your ears because it's in the T-Rex's stomach.
This is...
Yeah, it's in the... Essentially, they're like, oh, I can hear it. You should just be able to hear the T-Rex stomping. It's very loud.
They're like, it snuck up on them. They turn around, it's standing there like a... its mouth drooling in excitement. It's... William H. Macy and Teoh Leone were facing it.
Yeah.
They should have seen it emerge behind their tiny child.
I can hear a ringtone. They're staring at a fucking T-Rex.
But
A
wait,
piece of fog. My mistake.
But wait, my phone was eaten by that fog. Where's the fog? They're surrounded by it. You know, that would make sense, because a fog doesn't stomp.
No.
You know? That would make sense.
I do also say I don't think a fog could hold up a phone, but you know what? That's what
Here's the thing. I've never
movies are
seen a
magic.
dinosaur and I've never seen a fog. So who's to say?
Who's to say they're real?
Yeah. Who's to say either are real? You're correct. So again, they run incredibly fast.
Yep.
The fog is like, I just break through the fence,
Yeah.
and you're like, cool. That's pretty big feat.
Yep.
But then, as soon as they go into a very tiny hut with like wooden steel doors, the fog's like, better give up.
I'm fine. That really took it out of me. That hit the fence pretty hard. I'm gonna have a little snooze. You guys do not leave here. I'll be right back.
I think it would have been fun if they gave this dinosaur like the personality of just it's not confident. Just it has to overcome it. Like it's a victory when it eats Teoh Leone.
Yeah. Yes. My therapist said this would be a good moment. I'm gonna journal this. This was. I'm pretty happy with my emotions right now.
It's just sitting, slowly eating her, and like sort of like tears emerging in his eyes, and he's like, "This is weird." Looking down at Eric. I'm sorry I ate your mum, but
looks at a picture of like his father dinosaur, just like, told you, Dad.
Father dinosaur's got a little bit of a white beard and glasses on.
He's wise. It's a wise fog.
Here's the thing: my mother was eaten too. So I think this is it's a good bonding moment for Eric and the Fog.
Yeah.
So this is where it's revealed Billy stole the eggs.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking talk about the subplot.
No, this subplot starts and then goes nowhere.
It's weird. I think we've discussed that. I think it's a bit of a change.
It's an editing change. I think he was meant to be a villain, but then they were like, "It's to me, not really, don't worry." And they were like, "Okay, we can cut it around it." So Billy's just kind of like a nice guy who steals the eggs. He's like, "I did it so we can make money."
Yeah.
And then Sam's like, "Just put them down."
I would guarantee you the movie didn't test well with Billy dying. Like,
No.
I feel like some people probably liked Billy, and they were like, "Yeah, we didn't appreciate the fact that he dies violently." And they're like, "Oh, well, what if we brought him back with a bandage on his head?" And they're like, "We buy it.
We buy it.
We get that.
Good for him.
And as he saved Alan's hat, ooh, standing O. Anyway, so
But there's a lot of, like, again, I don't really know how they're getting around the island, because once they go under this, it's like a ride. They're like, we're on a water boat now.
yeah, yeah. I gotta tell you, I think a big issue with the movie so far is I don't think any of its set pieces are good. But I do think the movie gets better because I think they very clearly had a vision for two set pieces in the film.
Yep.
One of them's this bridge sequence.
Yep.
And then the other one is just the boat sequence at the end in the rain.
Yeah.
I think those are the two where they were like,
maybe the plane at the start, I feel. Oh, bits of it.
But I mean, I just think that's quite an incoherent sequence. Where,
Yeah.
You know, it's just like one of those things where this movie has no sense of anticipation or anything like that. Whereas finally, it's in this scene where there's actually fog on a bridge.
I did fucking write that. I had a bit about the fog's back. I know it's the true villain, but that's out the window now because we've got this funny bit where we say, instead of saying dinosaur, we say fog. And it's landing like a ton of bricks.
I would have turned this episode off. I don't even want to continue the gag, but I will because I'm not a quitter. Like Eric. All right. Yeah, so I think that this sequence works.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
However, I think Billy's plan's stupid. Billy's like, "Oh, I've packed a parachute thing from when we found the guy that died."
Yeah.
And that's how I'll save Eric.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do they lose Eric so quickly?
He's a nimble kid. He's a nimble. You try and grab
You're
him.
telling me this kid survived for 8 weeks and he's been with you guys for mere minutes and he's already been taken by a flying creature.
Yeah, he gets snatched pretty quick.
So quickly snatched.
Should have covered himself in piss. That would have been distracted.
He should have been about to be snatched and he just smashes that jar of piss over his head.
What are you going to do now? He's like, oh, gross.
Oh, you're covered in piss. Here's the thing. It's not that the dinosaur piss repels dinosaurs. It's just the fact that they're grossed out by a kid covered in piss.
They also establish real quickly that piss attracts a bigger dinosaur. Doesn't come.
Yeah. This movie...
It's Chekhov's piss. Doesn't really,
I don't know. This movie would be better with more piss.
Yeah.
Things happen quickly. Needs more piss.
Needs more piss.
Those are the only notes as a producer. Yeah, look, so Billy's plan unfolds.
Yep.
Stupid.
Yep.
He's shown to be ripped limb from limb under the water. And then we also get hit with another incredible comedic timing sequence.
Yep.
The camera's panning across as we watch Billy die. Then as it pans, the dinosaur, the fog turns and smiles pretty much at the camera and is like, and then starts flying at them.
It's a cheeky one. It's
like so cheeky.
It's just like, you know what? Some of these fogs have a bit of a sense of humor.
Oh, it's like they thought that the fog in the second movie wasn't that cheeky.
No,
and they were like, we should make it more.
Test
cheeky.
audiences didn't think the fucking fog was.
They
that
don't like
cheeky.
serious fog. Clouds films.
Yeah.
They then hear the phone again as they're sailing down the river.
Yeah, this is the weird bit of the film where they're like, "Hey, should we just take this all in? Should we just have a look at these dinosaurs?
Should we appreciate that we're here?" And I'm like, "You've gotten everyone killed.
Move." And even those dinosaurs, like, I like plants, but I could just nibble on your face.
God, a Brachiosaurus is just like, oh God, you look yum. I could eat you and say friend.
Oh yeah. We're into that here.
Yeah.
Not the meat ones, but the plant ones that love a little piss in their salad.
Wouldn't eat piss on salad, but I'd eat piss on Eric. I can tell you right now. That Brachiosaurus is its tummy's gurgling, you know.
It's like a salad dressing for us.
Piss is like Paul Newman's ranch dressing.
Can't get enough of it. All goes to charity, baby.
So they're sailing down. They hear the phone go off again.
Yeah.
There's like 7 big piles of shit.
Yeah.
Dinosaur shit. They're like, search. I don't think you need to search each individually. I think you just search the shit that's ringing.
The ringtone
right?
was comically loud that it could be heard from a T-Rex's cloud fog stomach. And they're like, and William H. Macy pretty much dives headfirst. It's like, it's not in this one. It's not in this one. All right, where it's very loudly over
Eric's
the left.
snow angeling in another, and it's like, it's not in this one either.
T. Leone's just eating it, just
T.
Not in
Leone's
this
caught
one.
in another trap from raptors. She's like, I've fallen for it. I'm so sorry.
I stepped in the poo too, so it's kind of, we're all in this together.
Allan Grant's like, I've got it. I found it.
It was on the top of the poo.
Yeah. It wasn't in any of it.
I use my ears. I use my 5 senses.
It's like, I smelt it. I smelt the ring. So they decide to ring Laura Dern.
Yep.
I don't know how Laura Dern deduces that he's on that island.
Yeah.
Because 1, there's 2 islands to choose from.
Yeah.
And 2, all he says is, the river, and hangs up and she gasps.
She's like, oh, he's stuck on the island. Island B. With the fog animals. Oh, I gotta get to him. Yeah, this is just sort of how they get off the island because they've got enough. We've got like another 20 minutes.
It'd be funny if the army approaches every river, just the River Nile.
Start shooting the Nile. Where are they? Where?
Wait a minute, there's no water in here. It's all champagne.
Gal Gadot just barrels, just like this is how I get a tax cut. I fill the Nile. Oh, I make some good money.
William H. Macy has look, things happen.
There's a lot of set pieces. I can't really remember any of them though.
Yeah.
They just kind of like
They merge
noise
together.
Yeah.
This is a movie of white noise. I'll give you that. Especially because the big action set piece happens like 65 minutes in, and then there's a small raptor set piece with just returning eggs.
Yeah.
It's really boring.
Yeah.
But William H. Macy tells the weirdest story of like, remember when I was smoking that crack pipe and that man punched me on our caravanning trip? I miss fishing. And you're just like, what family trip was this? I can understand why they left you.
That's why Eric was there. He was smoking the crack. He's nimble, that kid. He's going places.
It's like it's like as a family they're like, God, you've really grown. And I'm like, this man's awful.
Yeah.
Terrible. He just said that awful story, and all he took away from it was that he misses fishing. Didn't even say he missed the 2 of you. You're not in his life anymore because you're a divorced wife, and this kid's been missing for 8 weeks.
I don't think they checked in for 7 weeks. I think they were like, oh shit, Eric.
You know,
we should check him in.
You know, like what maybe would have expanded the film and maybe made it more interesting is if you're following Teoh and William H. Macy from the beginning of the conception of the con.
Yeah.
Like
100%. And then when Dr. Grant shows up, you're like, oh my god, he's in it.
Yeah.
And then they're tricking him and he's full. And then it feels more like you can't believe their thing because they're like cobbling it together and distracts from his buffoonishness.
Absolutely. Like, I think in the end, the weird thing is that they've gone from the point of view from Allan Grant.
Yeah.
When really, these two probably have a more interesting... Because I think what the con that they're pulling is like an interesting plot line, but they've gone to no trouble to develop them, so they're that unlikable for the actions they've done.
I think if they were... because I think if they lost their kid, they're distressed. They do this awful thing. They're at the convention even, like, you know, just...
Like, I think you could do... If you were with them from the beginning, I think you would feel more for them.
Yeah.
And then you'd be a bit more...
Let me just call Alex right now. Alexander Payne. Hey, guess what? Here's some notes.
We've got an exciting premise for you. We now pronounce you Chuck, Larry, and Dave. Uh-oh. Get Kevin James back on the phone.
Laura Dern saves them.
Yes.
There's a point where the raptors are flying with them. Why don't they shoot them?
The fog. You can't shoot through fog.
Oh yeah, true. All right. Well, the film's over.
Fog's
going to the island.
It's a really funny moment actually because Allan Grant's like, is it a fog or a cloud? I guess we'll never know. And you're like, ooh, ambiguous ending, smart, Alex.
Yeah.
Alexander Payne knows what he's doing.
He knows his stuff. He does subtlety.
Yeah.
That's why you like him. Oh, Billy's alive.
Yeah,
he's got a bandage.
Yeah, Billy's alive. He's got a bandage. He's fine. I really dislike Teoh Leone being like, I dare them to nest in Oklahoma, and William H. Macy's like, God, I love you, and it like pans over to their kid like happy, and I'm like, that kid should be traumatized. 8 weeks alone on an island with like he saw his stepdad, father figure die.
Mm.
He's had to fight for his life, have piss on him,
Mm.
live off Nestle Crunch bars because they're in the film.
Yep.
Like, he should be unwell.
And to top it all off, he's now been saved by his shitty divorced parents. He's like,
Oh,
God
absolutely.
damn it! I thought death would be like the final like comfort hug, but no, I'm back in real out.
It should be a moment where he snaps,
Yeah.
and then we just see the helicopter crash,
Yeah.
and spiral into the sea.
Carl, who would watch this?
Not fans of dinosaurs; they're barely in the film.
No,
it's
exactly.
all about the fog.
I will say this right now: it's for me because I like subverting expectations. You can walk into a Jurassic Park, the third in the franchise. You're thinking, well, at least there'll be some. No, all fog-based set pieces.
I'll tell you right now that if you're a fan of Sideways, Election, The Descendants, or Nebraska, this film's not for you. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say if you do like, we now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, you might be a fan of this one.
Alexander Payne writes 2 films, drastically different, but they're for an audience.
Oh, they are for an audience. I think Adam Sandler would be a fun addition to a Jurassic Park movie.
He would.
Be like, yeah, why so tough guy?
He would be funny. He got killed.
Sorry, I know.
But then his voice would be loud in the T-Rex, and you're like, he's around.
Hubie Jurassic Park. You'll love Hubie Halloween, right? If I
It
do a
was-
Hubie Halloween reference, people will like that, right?
It was the big film of 2019 that he did.
You know, Hubie Halloween. Yeah, look, I guess if you're getting your dinosaur, like genuinely, if you're a fan of dinosaurs, I assume that you would like this film.
Is there much other dinosaur content out there? I guess in the grand scheme of films, there's only like 5, now soon to be 6.
This has the monopoly.
Yeah.
And I think it's the shortest and probably the most dinosaur heavy.
I will say this. I don't think the sex, maybe because we were like watching it and like taking notes and stuff. I think the set pieces, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop for 80 minutes.
It's quote unquote action packed.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the action it's come up with because I don't think I care about the characters, nor do I think it's particularly well directed or orchestrated.
No. It's definitely a better who would watch this movie though. This is definitely
it'd be towards the top.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is it's also turning into a survivalist action movie, and that's not what the first Jurassic Park is.
No.
That movie's not about action set pieces. It's sort of like about. It's like, you know, I can't remember I don't know when was the last time you watched Jurassic Park.
Pretty recent. I think pretty recently. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like there's threats throughout that movie that aren't dinosaurs, but the environments of like the car's going to fall on them soon, it's going to crush them.
Yeah.
Like.
I feel like the suspense is there as well, completely.
Absolutely, you know, and that's from a PG film.
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff where those 2 kids are getting smushed into the mud.
Yeah.
And there is a plate of glass between them and the dinosaur.
Mm.
And you know what it feels like? It feels like if the dinosaur doesn't get them, they're going to die from the glass smashing into them.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's other elements around them that could end up killing them within a moment.
100%. It's like thrown into a room full of knives. You're blindfolded. It's like that's not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But it's like walk the plank. It's like
Like, I think
there's suspense.
Absolutely, there's suspense. I think Steven Spielberg understood that there needs to be more threat than just the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, lots of dinosaurs, a lot of action. It's under 90 minutes. I think it's for dinosaur fans.
Yeah.
Oscar, who do you think would watch this?
Oh man, if you're a big fan of John Carpenter's The Fog, you're gonna love this film.
Should we watch The Fog?
Yeah, let's put The Fog on. I'll put The Fog trailer on.
The remake or the original? I think the remake's the bad one with Tom Welling.
I don't know what The Fog is. I admit it. I don't know what it is.
I guarantee you are not going to pick what the plot's about. I'm going to get it up because I've never seen it, but when I found out what the plot is, I thought it was maddening. Do you reckon it's about a killer fog?
I thought it's like It Follows, but it's fog, and it just kind of consumes you.
An unearthly fog rolls into a small coastal town exactly 100 years after a ship mysteriously sank in the water. And I believe if I go to further plot,
Dinosaurs emerge from the fog and start eating people in an island-based place. It's very interesting.
It's like zombie sailors are in the fog.
Oh wow, that's fun.
It's like something like that where I was like, oh, weird.
Not what you expect. Who would watch Jurassic Park 3? Man, there's now going to be 6 of these. Hopefully the 6th one. I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun because I feel like it's campy and it's fun. I think if you have to like write notes about it and not actually use your brain, it's a bit painful. But
yeah, look, I'll say because I had to watch this movie twice within like a 2 or 3 week span.
Yeah,
because I watched it, told you that we should watch it because I enjoyed. Like I was like, oh, this is a good one for who would watch this because it's really like stupid. I think I had a much better time watching it the first time, not taking notes.
100%.
So I don't know. Maybe there's some leeway there, but I refuse to recommend a movie that promises me dinosaurs and only gives me fog.
Yeah, it's pretty much, quite frankly, I've sent hate mail to numerous people. It is 20 years old, so hopefully they get back to me soon.
I'm flat out cuckolded by this film.
Been cuckolded by Jurassic Park. It should be called Fog Park 1.
Jurassic Fog. I would love it if it was like they extracted fog from a mosquito and ember.
Oh, just a cloud.
There's a cloud in it. Do you reckon people would come and watch clouds in a zoo? Sure. Next week, we're doing a cheeky little retro film. You may have heard of it. Spy Kids 3D Game Over.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love that movie.
No, you don't.
I do.
Fuck off.
When they race, oh, good stuff.
Sure.
Good stuff. The effects hold up. Keen to be proven right. Next week.
Are you watching it in 3D?
I'll be watching the trailer and remembering the Wikipedia page.
Oh, he's having fun with it.
No. We watched this pretty recently together.
Yeah, so it should be a fun little discussion.
Yeah.
Because, much to our dismay, it's not good.
No. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.